gentlemen, welcome to Scottsburg's Board of Public Works and Safety. Today is Thursday, the 22nd day, 2026 at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we welcome you and thank you. We're calling our board to order now. It begins by a roll call. Our clerk treasurer, Jan Hardy.
Mayor Amick.
Here.
Karen Grushis. Here. Tom Lewis.
Here. Thank you very much. If you had a chance to look over the minutes, I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Brought forth by Karen, seconded by Tom. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Basically, it's going to be short and sweet. This is a new business here, it's an agreement. And excuse me, I'm so sorry. Miss Emily will explain. Miss
Stacy.
They got me all off track.
Yeah.
Miss Skinner, if you will explain to this board what is needed and what you need to do for it going forward.
So there's two different agreements. You can make one motion or if you want to do them separate, but the first one says MSFT Data Center. What that is for Microsoft data server licensing. What we're needing is to be able to get the licensing, and what this is going to be is for 3 years, we're going to pay this rate. And then on the 4th year, we're going to pay a software assurance. So basically we still get the firmware updates, stay compliant with it. This is for, because I do broadband and IT, this is for the IT department. So this affects all the city departments. They may be calling me too, man. But this one would need to be signed into so we can actually get our licensing for the city. The second one is a statement of work. And that one is a one-time fee, but it's not to exceed that amount because we're going to have engineering services through Polera as well to help with the migration of our data onto the servers with the data server licensing.
So is the firmware like a computer or is it?
Data licensing, it gives you the license to be able to run the servers for
We're
the
not-
amount that we need.
Okay.
And then the migration is, the engineering services is to help with that migration. Polera, just so that you have backstory on that too, they were bought out, or Converge was bought out by Polera. So if you've heard Converge in the past, which we've had agreements signed with them, that's our disaster recovery, our off-site server maintenance. These data server licensing would be for our on-site, and the migration assistance with the on-site servers. We still use Converge, which is now Polera,
Okay.
for our off-site backups and our disaster recovery.
Okay.
So
So this does not entail actual new computers. It's
No.
just all,
no, this is the migration of it and the server software licensing for it.
okay. The server's what threw me out.
Yes.
Server, I always think of a unit as
Yeah.
a server,
Mhm.
but it's just the,
The data licensing
Data
for it, data
license.
server license.
Okay.
Mhm.
okay.
So they're both with Polera, but there's two separate ones. So however you want to handle that, and it would be paid as a city split.
City split, right?
Mhm.
Who?
It's already
It's split
established.
by, it's
All
split by the
departments.
number of employees,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's passed across that way.
Various departments.
Yes, we do several of our expenses that way, so we're not having to write a check and 5 checks for one payment, and then they pay every quarter.
Okay.
So what,
I don't
do
know
we
how.
wish to do them by amounts? Why don't we? So I have that
That's
for the
fine.
minutes.
Okay, so,
Just-
I can state it, and then if you wanted to make the motion to agree on it,
On it.
to approve the MSFT Data Center
Okay.
agreement for $17,054.64.
Okay, I'm looking for that.
That's this one, looks like
Okay.
this. And I would need a signature,
Yes,
approval for
signature.
signature. Maybe,
Oh, the
there we go.
Very last one, okay. right.
get the mayor, yeah.
Yeah, that would need a
Approve this.
signature on it.
This is the one time.
No. This is the one that's done for 3 years.
3 years.
Yes,
This
and
is a
then-
3-year or this is
That's
per
the
year?
3-year. That's
Okay.
per year for 3 years.
Okay.
And then we'll do the software assurance after that for updates.
I'm not sure I understood you.
Okay?
This price is per year for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. What's the 473?
I don't have my paper anymore.
Oh, that's for.
that's the unit
per
price.
unit. There's
Yeah.
36 units.
Yes, and they're dual cores, so it makes it even more, because we have 72 cores. That's why there's 36. I don't know how much you,
The unit is the number of computers we own, or?
no, it's the number of cores, but we have 72 cores, but these are dual core server licenses.
Okay,
So that's why it's 36, but we actually have 72 cores.
what is a core?
Core is the slot for the data server licensing that would take per data license.
Okay. So this all goes in
To the hardware server,
one hardware
server,
piece,
Mhm.
server.
licensing
And then
wise.
these are connected to the server.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah.
we'll say that, yeah.
These are slaves to the server.
And, Scottsburg resells this, on our bandwidth and whatnot. And so we're taking care of schools, courthouses.
But that's just the broadband. This is not just broadband, this is the city, so.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain, so like every
No, I understand.
data that Jan's has on her computer, on the devices, you have a backup drive that has the data for that department or that individual that's backed up on a server, and then
This is the server.
yes, but there's also software components to things, like broadband has different cores that have broadband specific things, but so does police, and so does electric and water. And so they all have different components for their departments, but others are just citywide for data.
Okay. So broadband is connected to this as far as the.
As a department, don't think of it as
Yeah, as a
broadband.
department.
Yes, as a
Yeah,
department,
as a
yes.
department,
Mhm. It gets a little confusing on,
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve this $17,054.64.
And I'll second.
I'm listening to the motion, Karen Richards seconds that. Were there any questions about this? I know it's confusing.
No, I understand, this is a per year price, good for 3 years.
yes.
And-
Jan, you're
and
good?
Changes after that.
Yeah, then you're gonna pay kind of like your maintenance fee for getting the firmware updates or the licensing updates. The second one,
We didn't take a vote.
Oh,
on
I'm
that
sorry.
one.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, all in favor, say aye.
All right,
Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you. Now, the next one is, best way for the minutes,
Statement of work.
statement of work with Polera for engineering services, and migration assistance. I would say that would be the best
They're basic-
explanation.
they're setting us up for us.
Yeah, there's gonna be work that we have to do internally, locally, but they're gonna help with that migration, and by having this agreement, they're at our call. Like, we don't have to wait in line. I mean, they're gonna kind of hand walk it through. And Polera, again, is the one that we do our offsite backups. So we definitely wanna make sure that everything's integrated
Right.
properly so that things, process through for that. And these are the engineering hours that, and the scope of work is in the details of, that's the page, the scope and pricing of the work that would be done on that. And that would just need approval, and this is gonna be billed out as a one-time project for this, but it would need a signature by the mayor as well.
Is that the 26,000?
Yes.
So this page over here that's got quantities,
Those are the hours,
so this is basically an estimate of the hours.
yes.
And they
And then they will bill,
rounded it up to 26,000.
yeah, just to a lot for, yeah,
But it's billed per hour.
yes,
Okay, this is almost like a not to exceed.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, got it.
And it would need approval to have the mayor signature on that as well.
I'll make that motion.
Tom Lewis makes a motion. Is there a second?
Make a motion.
A second.
Like, he made
You
the motion.
made it, you're second.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already got the
Tom
Tom.
made the motion.
reading
Karen
this thing
Grisham
here.
Seconds it. Any other questions about this?
You got questions, you're reading it now.
If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Just for the record, explain to the public, all the public that are listening, why this is good for the city to do this.
Good for the city is, it gets, so we had pre-agreements to go another route for our server licensing, and larger companies were merging with other larger companies and not playing nice. And so everybody was upping their price dramatically, which was more than we're paying for the engineering services and the server licensing itself. So with that, kept having meetings to be able to come up with a solution that would save money, also allow for us to continue growth. Because now that we have the data server licensing, we can expand on it.
Yeah.
If we needed more
Yeah.
in that case. So that's the positive side of it. Another thing is working with Polera is good because they do our offsite. So it is nice to still have that connection with them so that we know everything is consistent for the data. Yeah. Yeah, so data recovery is always good. Having the data in enough room and making sure everything's secure in this day and age is
Right.
even better. But it's a growing pain, whenever you have these, everybody merging large companies. And then the icing on the cake was we had a quote, and then in the process of things, we were gonna be able to do a 1 year, and it went to 3, not this one, but it was a different company, and it just kept hitting,
Yeah.
but this was a good solution. We will have to have some after hour work and things like that to get the migrations and stuff done internally here, but,
Yeah.
we'll get it
So basically, it locks us in for 3 years.
on the data server licensing.
The people
what we
that
got.
we're familiar with
Yeah.
working with.
Can't control what people do merger wise, but it was a sticker shock for sure once we got some of those numbers when they weren't playing nice with each other.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for that.
No problem. I appreciate the.
It's very
the meeting. Thank you.
fiscally possible and very good for the city.
Sounds like.
Absolutely. Great. One other question, Stacy, I think you've got my sheet with you there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's me, I'm the one that I handed it to you, so this is my top cover sheet. But what other announcements do we have? So I tell you, one announcement I have is we're looking at possibly a Friday night or Saturday evening, somewhere between 6 and 12 inches of snow. So just to let everybody know that, Scottsburg's ready for it. We have all of our trucks and vehicles ready to plow. We purchased 100-ton of salt. We even have the parks involved with this as well. And so we're ready to go.
Ready to go.
We have a streets, we have parks, we have electric. Those are the 3 main areas that we get, when we have a bad snow like this. So Chief Harold can hardly wait.
Yeah.
He loves the snow, and so cars slip and slide, and
And a snowball fine.
then it's kind of like a bumper car at the fair. So his world is upside down as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we take what the Lord gives us. Sometimes He opens the door and just lets the cold and frost and snow come out, and so it's a beauty. There's a quietness and stillness, and
As long as you don't have to go somewhere.
but it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Our Lord's good. So any other comments? Chief, got anything? Okay. Nothing else. We'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Karen Gracious, thank you so much. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll
You'll
get
get-
I'll see if I get the
you'll get-
invoices, but I'll
send
get
it.
copies of these, so we
Yeah,
got copies. of
But they'll
the
bill
agreement.
us. Will they bill us? We don't have to pay them
Yeah.
until we get that.
Correct, yeah. So
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just the
I'll put it on my calendar.
Plenty of
Yeah.